Continuing our reading in Ragweed and Poppy by Avi. Today is chapter 14, Poppy Waits. Back by the log house, from inside the trap, Poppy had watched Ragweed run off into the meadow. Oh, she thought, thank goodness that mouse showed up. He's so nice to go to Gray House. As soon as my family knows what happened to me, they'll hurry and get me out of here. I know they will. Please come soon, she whispered to the air. As Poppy tried to settle down, she felt both better and worse. Better because she knew help was coming. Worse, knowing it would be a while before that help arrived. Understanding that she had no choice other than to wait, Poppy decided it would be wise to follow Ragweed's advice. Make herself as small and still as possible. Accordingly, she gathered up the seeds he had left, ate some, took a sip of water from the flower, and then wedged herself into the far corner of the trap, the place where one of the end flaps came down at a sharp angle. Be patient, she told herself as she made herself as comfortable as possible. That mouse? What was his name? Ragweed. He'll be back as soon as he can. I will. He will. He will. She kept chanting under her breath. He absolutely will. The rhythm of her yearning soothed her, but as Poppy continued to sit, she began to feel annoyed. The problem was she hardly knew where to direct her anger, at the trap or herself. No, she made herself say, it's not the trap's fault, it's my fault. Dancing with my eyes closed, that wasn't smart. Bored and restless, Poppy got up and tried to do what she had done before. Spread the holes in the trap sides wider so she could escape. When she couldn't budge them, she worked anew to lift the end flaps. She had no more success than before. Be patient, she scolded herself anew as she settled back into the corner. That golden mouse will come back as fast as possible, and he'll bring the whole family. I'll bet 100 will come. I'm sure they will. After a while, Poppy fell into a doze, only to be woken by loud noises. First a roar and then an odd squeal. Instantly awake, she listened intently. The sounds ceased. When she peered out of the trap, she saw nothing to alarm her. But when she sniffed, she did catch a foul smell. She guessed what the sounds and the smell meant. The car Ragweed had told her about had returned. Sure enough, there were some banging noises followed by human voices. The people had come back. Poppy thought about the humans who had been reported around Gray House. She hadn't seen them, only heard about them. Not knowing who or why they were there, they had made all the mice upset. She knew humans had once lived in Gray House. What if they returned? The thought came to her. Were these returning humans the same ones that had been to Gray House? Heart pounding, she wedged herself as tightly into the corner as possible. To compose herself further, she closed her eyes. All was silent. But then, though her eyes were still closed, Poppy heard something close, a scuffling and scratching. She had no idea what caused it. She opened her eyes and was shocked to see a gigantic girl's face right beside the trap. The brown eyes on the face seemed enormous, and they were looking right at her. Poppy realized that the trap was being lifted into the air. The whole world seemed to slide and bounce. Next came sounds of running and a human voice shouting, Mommy, Daddy, look, I caught something in the trap. The girl carrying the trap with Poppy inside rushed into the log house. As for Poppy, all she could think was, what's going to happen to me? And that's the end of chapter 14.